All right. LDBC, there's your boy, the coach. You're live on the Coach Show, Live. Okay, folks, I was asked to give my thoughts. I was asked to give my complete thoughts on this whole Claressa Shields and Papoose debacle. Now, my thoughts, okay? This is an insult to debacles. I'm going to call this an atrocity. But I was asked what I thought, okay? I was asked my thoughts, my whole thoughts on this, what I think about it. Because honestly, I wasn't really going to make a video. And I had another subscriber ask me, Coach, doing your live streams is kind of tough because you're talking to people in the comment section. And I 100% totally get that. Okay? So I'm making this video for my subscribers because if my subs ask me to make a video and they want to hear my thoughts on a topic, I give it to them. That's what I do here. I give it to them. And if you're somebody, you want to hear a particular thought that I got on a situation, then you ask me and it will be done. Okay? Listen, here's why I'm saying that this relationship is a damn atrocity. Number one, okay, you had Claressa Shields. She's pretty much doing her thing. Okay, she's doing her thing. And, you know, she had aspirations of being good in MMA too. Okay, now, I'm going to take this video in a lot of different directions, so I need y'all to just bear with me. Papoose recently convinced Claressa Shields to stop doing MMA. Now, I'm going to tell you, you know, we pretty much, the MMA community said that Claressa doing MMA was a bad idea. Okay, now she told us that we was hating on her. She told me specifically I'm a hater. I'm like, how am I hating on you? Because the argument that I had with Claressa Shields, because she kept saying, well, if I train in MMA 5 years, I can share an octagon with Amanda Nunes. And I said, Claressa, you don't think that Amanda Nunes in 5 years is going to be better than what she is now? Like, you crazy. Amanda Nunes has been doing mixed martial arts since she was 12. Okay, so you think, and Amanda, is 32, 33? Okay, she's been doing MMA for 2 decades. Okay, Amanda Nunes is a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Okay, her wrestling is through the roof. It's top notch. And Claressa was saying stupid stuff like, you know, and I'm giving y'all a history lesson. I'm giving all of you guys a history lesson. But Claressa was saying really stupid, dumbass stuff like, if I learn takedown defense, if I learn how to wrestle for 2 years, I'll be ready to fight Chris Cyborg and Amanda Nunes. Like, she was saying dumb stuff like that. And I'm sitting here like, what? Are you stupid? Let me tell you, okay, for all you people, and even if you fighters or boxers are watching this video, the worst martial art to start out with in MMA is boxing. That is the worst. Because you only know how to do one thing, that's throw hands. Okay? To me, the best martial art to have when you start out in MMA is wrestling. That's me. Okay? I believe that wrestling is the best base for MMA. Okay? The rest of it you can learn, but you know, it's a lot harder to learn how to wrestle and grapple. That is hard. It takes a long time to master that. You don't master that. Wrestling is the best martial art, and I call wrestling a martial art as well. It's the best one, in my opinion. But, you know, I was trying to tell Claressa that. And, you know, I mean, she was calling me a hater. And I'm like, yo, I'm not hating you. I'm telling you what's going to happen. And I even told Claressa a low-level MMA fighter could take you. Even though you are a world-class boxer, a low-level MMA fighter is going to take you. And she told me, well, fight start, you know, this is on Instagram. Well, fight start on your feet. I said, yeah, that's true. But I said, no MMA fighter in their right damn mind is going to stand with you and throw hands with you. They ain't gonna do that shit. They're not going to stand with you and trade punches with you. They not. They're gonna literally sprawl, okay? And they're going to change levels. They're gonna feint, and they're gonna take you down with a double leg takedown. End of story. That's exactly what Brittany Elkin did. And see, moreover, okay, your first MMA fight was against Brittany Elkin, and Brittany Elkin is probably the worst MMA fighter to walk the planet. And Brittany Elkin damn near beat Claressa Shields. Put Claressa Shields in an armbar submission. I mean, she damn near beat Claressa. Damn near beat her. And that's what she talking about. She almost broke her arm. Brittany Elkin damn near broke her arm. Then she went in there and she fought damn Abigail Montez. And Abigail Montez completely dominated Claressa Shields. And Abigail Montez to me is probably a C plus level fighter in mixed martial arts. Now, could you imagine if Abigail Montez beat the hell out of Claressa? Giving y'all a history lesson. Okay, what do you think Chris Cyborg or Amanda Nunes would do to Claressa Shields? What the hell do you think they would do? Like, Amanda Nunes straight up said, if Claressa gets into an octagon with me, I'm going to break all her limbs. And when Amanda Nunes is saying that, you have to believe it, because Amanda was pissed off. First, she was mad that the reporters, they kept asking her about Claressa Shields. And I don't blame Amanda for being upset. Because here you are, Amanda done worked damn near 20 plus years of her life to be the best MMA fighter on the planet in the female division. This woman done worked her whole damn life to be the best. And then you talking about somebody who just got into MMA. I mean, y'all, bombarding her comments, her questions with Claressa Shields. So Amanda Nunes was visibly upset. Like, wait a minute, why y'all talking about this girl? This girl's stupid. She don't know what she's talking about. She will not be able to wrestle with me in 2 years and think that she can fight me in 5. Like, the amount of arrogance that she had in MMA, we were trying to tell her about this. Claressa didn't want to listen. But all of a sudden, Papoose comes along and says, hey, listen, I don't know about this MMA for you. It's no good for you. And so she quits. She retires from MMA. Now, okay, I agree. I agree with her retiring from MMA. I don't think, me personally, I don't think it was for her. Although, I got to tell you, Claressa Shields was getting better in mixed martial arts. She was starting to get better. And honestly, if Claressa could have started MMA at 10, 9 or 10 years old or 12, Claressa would probably be dominating that sport. And I'm just telling y'all straight up. If Claressa Shields could have started the same age as Amanda Nunes, Claressa Shields, to me, would be dominating the sport of mixed martial arts. She would be the female John Jones, is who Claressa Shields would be if she could have started MMA a lot earlier. And that's a shame, man. It's a shame that, time got away from her. But nevertheless, Papoose got Claressa Shields to quit. Then the PFL, they was handing out big bags. But the money wasn't important when Papoose told her, nope. So now I start thinking about this. Okay, wait a second. So she's with Papoose. And she was running around here talking about how she going to be a champion in boxing and a champion in MMA. And double down on that. Double down on it like no other. But Papoose comes along and says no. Guys, I kind of feel like Papoose is trying to domesticate Claressa Shields. Like, turn her into, like, some kind of housewife. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of almost feel like, and guys, this may just be me, okay? But this is my view. Maybe some of y'all might have a different view or the same view as me. But I almost feel like Papoose, it's almost like he trying to be in the spotlight with Claressa. He trying to be in her spotlight. Like, it's almost like he don't really want to share the spotlight. And moreover, I just get this feeling it's almost like he wants to remove her from the limelight. Because Claressa herself even said that Papoose don't even like when she getting punched in the face in boxing. And I'm like, wait a minute. Now, so what is he doing? I get MMA, I get that. But she was already a boxer before you met her. And I almost feel like, I wonder if he gonna try to talk her out of retiring from boxing too. But what the hell is she gonna do after she retires from boxing so early? Boxing is all she ever known. That's the only thing she's ever known. And Claressa is in her prime. And this dude telling her that he don't like the fact she's getting punched in the face. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking to myself, if I could tell him, I would tell him, what do you mean you don't want to get punched in the face? That's what happens when you box. This is what made Claressa Shields a millionaire. The sport of boxing made her a millionaire. And I gotta tell you, she's the most popular boxer on the planet, a female. She definitely popular as hell. When Claressa Shields fight, people are tuned in. No matter how trashy the opponent is, people are tuning in. But I just feel like Papoose don't like quite sharing the damn spotlight with Claressa. And it's like every time she in a spotlight, he want to be right there to absorb some of that spotlight. To absorb it. Like, dude, Claressa Shields, she's not going to be a stay-at-home wife. She's not going to be the person that cook dinner for you when you get home. That ain't who she is. And then I just feel like Claressa, Papoose done tipped her down and gave her that tip real good. And it's almost like she's a whole different person. She's a whole different person. Like, she's actually more ladylike. Have y'all noticed that she's not out here talking about she can beat men? Have you guys noticed that? That's the one good thing that came out of this relationship. Claressa Shields is no longer thinking, well, she's not saying it, not recently, that she can beat all these men. That might be good or bad, because I don't know. I don't know, because I guess if that influence is still there, and she maybe not thinking that, really realizing that she can't beat these men, maybe she might start getting a little soft around these women too. I mean, folks, that's just how that is. That's just how that is. It may or may not happen. We just don't know. But we do know this, though. Claressa Shields is a whole lot more humble, whole lot more calmer, less angry. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, he must have gave her that tip real good. I mean, she can't get enough of him. They're always together. That's crazy. You remember Claressa was dating some dude named Tony Fit Fresh. Remember she was dating him? And I said to myself, that Tony Fit Fresh dude, that's a simp. My God, that's a simp. I said, there's no way that Claressa can just control this dude the way she do. And it was like, she pretty much told him what to do. Told him what to do. I wouldn't be surprised if she whooped his ass every now and then. But that's what she did. Like Claressa Shields basically ran over Tony Fit Fresh. Ran him over. Ran his little ass over. Now, he helped to get in shape for fights and stuff like that, but he ran over. Now, I'm looking at Papoose. He's pretty much like he's an A personality. A personality, they got to be in control. He's not going to take some woman telling him what she ain't going to do. I can tell you that now. Okay, he's not going to let a woman tell him what she not going to do. He's pretty much, maybe an alpha. He's an alpha. Okay? So, Claressa Shields is acting pretty damn submissive to this dude. But she wasn't acting submissive to Tony Fit Fresh. Hell no. He was being submissive to her. But with Papoose, she's submissive as hell. Have any of y'all noticed that? Have any of y'all noticed that she's real submissive to this dude? Real submissive. And I'm going to tell you, man, I think, in my humble opinion, I think it's wrong because have y'all noticed Claressa Shields, somehow got marijuana in her system? Somehow, then she said, well, it was a fake test. No. Guys, have anything ever come of this? And I know marijuana, that's not a ped. It can't help you. Can't help your performance. It can't, cause you to be superhuman and super strong. But guys, has Claressa Shields ever had any kind of stuff like this going on? But all of a sudden, she started dating this dude. And Claressa was like, well, Papoose don't even smoke. You a damn lie. Of course he smokes blunts. Of course he does smoke some weed. Of course he does. Sure he does. Come on, man. He's in that lifestyle. There even photographs of the man smoking blunts. Rolling up reefer. Folks, you can't make this up. She said, oh, he don't smoke. Of course he smokes. How do you think you got it in your system, Claressa? But notice, none of this has ever happened to her before she met this dude. Now, she always got him back and forth with people on the internet. But drama. She in drama with Remy Ma. And don't let me get started on Remy Ma. I can do a whole separate video about Remy Ma, about how she's saying that she done met this new dude and, he making $250,000 a year, but she's still speaking on Papoose and Claressa Shields. And Remy Ma know she ain't stepping to no Claressa Shields. Okay, Claressa Shields will whoop her ass. She's not gonna step to Claressa on a physical tip. She gonna get behind her keyboard and she's gonna keep on typing and typing and typing. Okay? Now Remy Ma was saying, well, people don't really know what happened with me and Papoose. And I started thinking, okay, well, did Papoose put hands on her? Because the one thing I can say, okay, I don't think Papoose will be putting his hands on Claressa if that's what he do. Because Claressa did learn enough MMA to hurt a regular Joe Blow that don't know anything. She learned enough MMA, and she wasn't complete garbage in MMA. She just wasn't good enough to beat Amanda Nunes or Chris Cyborg. She wasn't garbage. I mean, she know enough MMA to kill somebody or hurt somebody. Oh, she know enough MMA to do that. Oh, she know. So I don't think Papoose gonna be stupid enough to put hands on her. I don't think he gonna do that. I mean, Claressa grew up fighting men. like getting in fist fights with grown men. Okay, and I'm sorry, Papoose can have all the hands, he can use a speed bag, but Claressa, internally, she's a fighter. She's always a fighter. No matter what she does, she's a fighter. And that's how she grew up. So I guess if he putting hands on Remy Ma, he's not going to do it to Claressa Shields. Now, here's the last thing that I'm going to get. If I'm going to tell you, I think Claressa Shields is going to get pregnant by this dude. I think she's going to get pregnant by Papoose. Okay, moreover, if she becomes pregnant by this dude, you better believe that she's going to be, boxing is going to be over for her. It's done. She ain't going to fight again. And I think that's his plan, to get her out of boxing so she can't fight. I feel like that's what he's doing. I feel like that's what he wants to do, is to get her out of boxing. And how can you do that? Get her pregnant. I guarantee this dude gonna get her pregnant. And when Claressa Shields gives birth to her first child, she's done. She ain't fighting no more. Okay? I don't think this relationship gonna last. If they get married, they're gonna get a divorce. If they get married, they will get a divorce. It's just no way around this. They living in two different worlds. Claressa Shields wants to fight. Papoose don't want her to fight. That's going to cause a conflict of interest. And eventually it's going to cause a strain on that relationship. So I don't have a difference. See, if you meet somebody older than you and they understand what it is you do, they shouldn't tell you that they don't like what you do if they met you while you were doing what you already do. Y'all see my point? I just don't think you tell a person what they should do when they were already doing it when they met you. And he don't like the idea of her getting punched. Well, I mean, dude, you met her when she was getting punched. I don't understand your story. I don't understand what your end game is. I know the end game. The end game is you're going to get her pregnant. You're going to get her pregnant. Watch. In a couple of months, we're going to hear Claressa Shields is pregnant with her first child. Watch. We're going to hear that. It's going to happen. Whether you want to hear this, whether you like it or don't like it, it's going to happen. And here's my question, y'all, before I say I'm out. Really, y'all, if Claressa didn't know how to fight, if she didn't have no celebrity status, do you think Claressa is the type of girl that Papoose would go for? You think if he seen her out in the mall somewhere, do you think that he would get up on that? I might say no. Now, me, I like Amazons. Claressa's an Amazon. My gosh, she's an Amazon. Y'all know I love my Amazons. See, Claressa, yeah, she ain't the most attractive, but she's not like butt ugly either. She's not butt ugly. I'm just saying, yeah, there'd be somebody I go for. Heck yeah. I'm just being real with y'all. It'd be somebody I go for. But see, well, with a guy like Papoose, does she have enough status? See, that's my thing. Would she have enough status for him to go for her? That's all I ask y'all in the comment section. I think Papoose is an opportunist, and I think pretty much he don't want to have his woman in the spotlight. Folks, I see it. I'm sorry. And I think career-wise, I just think it's all wrong. Like, how are you telling somebody, like they just made a movie about this girl whole life about fighting, but then you tell her you don't like the fact that she's fighting? You already convinced her out of not doing mixed martial arts anymore. You already convinced her of that. So she ain't doing that. And then you saying, and then Claressa, well, he really don't even like me fighting him. He don't even like me boxing either. What the fuck? Wait a minute. If I'm Claressa manager, if I'm Salida Promotion, like, whoa, hold on. Now, wait a minute. Now, this is how you make your money. I'm finna be in her ear. I'm finna be in her ear. If I'm Claressa's advisor, I'm finna get in her ear immediately. Like, look, hey, wait a minute now. Now, you just met this dude. Now, you can't be letting him come up here and telling you not to take these bags. Now, we got to do something about this. We got to shut him down. See, that be me. No. Don't let him mess your bags up. Don't do it. It is what it is. I don't think Claressa needs to go back to MMA, because the reason why she went to MMA is because MMA had a buzz. And people were watching the sport of MMA. People weren't watching the sport of boxing. But now that she's in the sport of boxing, and now that she's making noise, okay, more and more people are watching women's boxing. I mean, I am. More and more people are watching women's boxing. More and more. What Claressa needs, they need a villain. Claressa needs a villain. But they need somebody who's just as good as she is, so we can one day anticipate a showdown between the two. That's what we need. Okay, that's what we need in boxing. To make women's boxing be more watchable, we need some villains. And Claressa Shields can't always be the damn villain. It need to be somebody that's coming for Claressa. Somebody who knocking people out. Knocking them out left and right. And then Claressa Shields and this unknown woman gets on a collision course. But, you guys, I done yapped enough. You guys tell me what you think.